Hello and welcome to my Passionate About Scrapbooking Season of Elegance Scrapbooking Workshop, 3 12 by 12 two-page layouts. This is an overview of what we will be creating during this scrapbooking workshop. Again, this is using the Season of Elegance, which was featured in the 24 mini catalog that released September 4th. So I have three 12 by 12 two-page layouts here. I do have a shopping list here for you that includes all the materials that you will need to create these beautiful pages. I have put an asterisk beside the items that are included in the pre-cut kit. So if you placed an order of $100 or more prior to September 17th, 2024, then I will send you for free a pre-cut kit that includes all the paper and the embellishments. And then you'll just need the die cuts, the stamp set. There's several stamp sets. You'll need the Season of Elegance Suite collection to recreate these pages as is. So I wanted to walk through each one of the layouts for you. So let's do that. So we'll start off right here with this two-page layout. Let me move these others out of the way real quick. So here's the first two-page layout. It features some Christmas colors. We've got the cherry cobbler along with some old olive and mossy meadow. Then we have some early espresso that I brought in just to give these pages some richness. You can see I did a little bit of splattering around here. You'll find a little bit of that cherry cobbler and gold ribbon that you get free in your pre-cut kit. And on both sides here, the paper in this collection is just beautiful. It includes some gold foil papers, so you can see that. And then the opposite side of those papers are just a kind of a tone on tone. Maybe you could think of it as some like painted spackled type different looks. It's really neat and interesting. And they come in, there is cherry cobbler, which I've got up here as well. We've got the old olive, has some mossy meadow in it. Then there's some crumb cake and some beige, the basic beige. And I just brought in the early espresso again to bring in some richness to this layout. And then I also have a layout that features Pretty in Peacock and Lost Lagoon, which I'll be featuring in just a moment. So you can also see I did some splattering there. This particular page just has some basic stamping and die cutting. So you can layer some of the pieces of the dies together to create this interesting effect with the trees. So you can see how that looks. And I did use close to my heart patterns. So some of these may look familiar if you're a former close to my heart maker. These are the embellishments that you'll get right down here. The gold, they are called gold textured adhesive back dots. So I had some fun with the stamping, just some basic stamping techniques on this particular page and die cutting with those labels that come in one of the collections. There are actually two bundles that come with this collection. One is Peaceful Season Bundle and the other is Peaceful Evergreens Bundle. So the Peaceful Season Bundle includes the sentiments and the labels, and the Peaceful Evergreens includes the trees. On this particular one, I didn't really leave a specific place for journaling, but you could do some journaling strips over here or even down in here, or make one of the 3x3 areas a journaling spot. You could also use flip flaps in here as well if you wanted to. So that is that page, pretty straightforward and simple. And then our second layout features more greens, more of an earth tones, outdoor feel. I felt like number one was specifically for Christmas, but I wanted to show how you could use this sweet collection to create something a little more outdoorsy, and even bring in that gold foil so it makes it a little bit more elegant. Maybe this could be for like a winter wedding or something. So just kind of use your imagination. I did do a Cricut cut here with the title Winter, which I will include that pre-cut in the pre-cut kit. And then in the instructions, you'll have a link to the Cricut design space file. So I'll make sure you have that information. I did several fun techniques with the trees in here that I'll be teaching. One is using the embossing folder. So all these trees use the 3D embossing folder in that suite. And I did some just with pattern paper, some with white cardstock, which is the white willow, and did some inking on this one. This is just the paper with that gold foil in it. And then just did a couple of trees with some of the old olive cardstock as well. So I used both those colors, old olive and mossy meadow, in here just to bring kind of the tone on tone, more of a monochromatic, but I do have the early espresso in here again just to add some richness to the pages. And in the background here, you can see some more splattering using one of the water brushes with some of the crumb cake ink there. So again, pretty simple for this one. You can see some of the trees stamped in the background. The primary technique is several different ways to use your embossing folder. And then for the final layout, this one was a little more technique involved. You might can see some of that right off the bat, but here in the background, I've used the embossing folder and embossed the full, this is about a 5.5-inch by 12-inch full piece. So I'm going to teach you how I did that so you can see the texture of those trees in the background there. And then I just did some basic stamping right here with the trees using crumb cake. So I did first and second generation, then brought in some of that early espresso, just a teeny bit in here, but did some more of that splattering again, also with the crumb cake back there. So these colors are pretty peacock, I believe, and Lost Lagoon. I thought that looked really pretty. So this is more of a winter theme. And then one of the other fun elements that I did was used one of the dies that comes in, I believe, with the trees, so that it's a white on white. So there's white underneath here, and then I'll show you and teach you how to use that die to create that kind of snowfall effect down there. So really love all the texture on these pages. And again, you've got a Cricut title that I will include in the pre-cut kit. So that'll be pre-cut for you. And then if you're just purchasing or getting the workshop PDF guide along with the videos, then you will have a Cricut design space file that you can open up and cut those out yourself. So that is my Season of Elegance scrapbooking workshop. I hope that you enjoy it and enjoy the videos that I created as well that go along with these, showing how I put everything together, teaching the techniques. And that was just a bonus that I'm doing on top of the PDF file, which will have your shopping list along with the cutting guides and instructions on what to stamp, what to die cut, and how to assemble. So you'll have full written instructions as well. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me at passionateaboutscrapbooking@gmail.com, or you can reach me on Instagram and Facebook through Messenger as well. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoy this workshop. Thank you for joining me.